the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Boo.
Neighbor kid take it. I probably should. I'm good. I wouldn't trust that Brittany. Oh. I wouldn't.
Don't say that.
Britannica chick. The actual documentation said that you had to have it officially, officially proctored by somebody, either the PCR or an antigen. So we were intending to, just go to Walgreens or CVS, and they're make an appointment, or you do the drive-through, and they'll do a swab. They'll do antigen right there.
Can you have them swab your ass?
Right. I need a COVID and
just lube your finger.
I don't know, something. What do you get back there? Polynesian blowout.
Sure, I'll take it.
I don't know. A squirrel and a pineapple.
You just check my prostate.
Yeah.
But I'm not a doctor. Just whatever.
Yay. You know what?
My doctor's not answering my calls right now.
My doctor won't schedule an appointment anymore. When I go in for tonsils and ask for... Anyway. So we were planning on getting one of those, but when we had our little all-hands meeting, they seemed to allude that they were being much more lenient. You could just do a home at test.
Mm-hmm. We
were confirming that this evening because we also got told, check the Google Classroom for how to upload the picture of your test, a negative test. So I'm talking with Xander.
Well, that's kind of funny because in theory, anybody could take the test.
Right. And I think that's probably why they originally wanted you to have the
actual.
Right.
Yeah.
So things have, as soon as they walked back or undid the mask mandates on planes.
Well, what I'm picturing is everybody standing there with their little test.
Yeah.
This is mine.
Yeah. Now take a picture.
Yeah.
Now get just run over to the neighbor kid who ain't doing anything and have him take another swab.
Pee on this.
Yeah. Do this.
Yeah.
Well, shit, you're pregnant.
What if you did a clear blue?
Yes.
You just showed that. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's only one line.
It's a boy. Also, the neighbor kid is intoxicated.
And pregnant. What the fuck? We can't use that test.
God damn it. Throw it out. Go to the other neighbor. Well, she's always drunk. Well, fucking, I don't know. That's not my problem.
That's where we're at, though.
So we're
all over it.
Because either that or we have to do a Walgreens thing, which is fine because they'll do it. But I mean, if it's home test, then
I mean, that's funny because it could be a test from last month. They don't know if it's just the home test.
You're right. And I hope. I mean, we're honorable people in my household.
I knew I was saving this old test for something.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Are you kidding? It wouldn't work in my house.
I'm good. Look.
Yeah, my house wouldn't work. We when Piper got hers, we every time someone in the house takes a test, Venus is Sharpied on a fucking date on there. So it wouldn't even work in our house. We'd hold up a 117 date, 117/22. Jason, that's
you do realize
your test literally has 117/2022 on it. What? Oh fuck, man!
Oh, that's wrong. I just picked up the wrong one.
That says 2/14. Yeah, Valentine. Oh fuck! God damn it!
Hold on, Discord. Does anybody have
who's here been in their house for 22 days? I needed someone to take a swab. That was the Google Classroom, Jason. Fuck! Sorry.
Well, I mean, DC sounds fun. I've always wanted to go there.
And we're doing slightly...
You're not going to storm the Capitol or anything, are you?
Okay. Because I was going to cover that. So, hey, welcome to Sad Dads Club Podcast, episode 193. I'm the Lord Fu.
And I'm Jim.
So, we're covering slightly different things in a different order.
From last time?
Uh-huh. A lot of them are staples. So, one, we are actually leaving. This will be interesting. We are leaving from here to San Francisco on buses.
Oh.
And we are taking a red eye from San Francisco to D.C.
That sounds like a recipe for a lot of really cranky kids.
Super potentially.
Yeah.
Because having done this once already,
is that what you did last time, though?
no.
Oh, okay.
It was like a really early morning flight, and then you get there, midday-ish.
Yeah.
The program itself is bang, 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 bang. You are jammed full of stuff the entire time, because if you give the kids idle time, they start to fucking wander off and do stupid shit.
Right.
So what is going to happen in this situation, which wasn't with Piper, is red-eye flight, a 3-hour time change, and then we go straight into Arlington National Cemetery.
Oh, so you better fucking sleep on the plane.
Right. So the lady who's given the proctor thing was basically like, so you're going to arrive in D.C. at roughly 6 a.m, but to you, it will be 3 a.m. Please sleep on the plane.
Yikes.
And if you've never been to Arlington National Cemetery, it's a lot of walking. You're having hilly. So there's a good amount of exercise involved. The Tomb of the Unknowns is a chance to take a break, but there's lots of sun there. So if it's sunny, it's brutal. And in Piper's case, we did it on our last day. So it was...
what time are you supposed to start at the Arlington? Because you're getting in at like 6.
We get at 6. I think they take us to like a strip mall for like a breakfast thing, or it might even be like the hotel for like a check-in and breakfast, a quickie thing.
Yeah.
And then they take us straight, if not straight, to Arlington by roughly about 9 a.m. So there's no downtime. Kids are going to be going from like the plane.
Yeah.
So
it'd be one thing if you were like flying in the night before,
right,
and like crashing out and then getting up in the morning and then going to Arlington, but that's tough.
Yeah, it'll be a kick in the nuts for a bunch of people.
You're just setting it up for being really exhausted.
Right. And that was what I was hoping, because Arlington is reverent, beautiful, and the historical part of it is something that you hope that the kids absorb.
Mm-hmm.
And what was hard about it being on our last day is the kids were exhausted.
Right.
Even I was.
Well, they're gonna be exhausted.
Right.
This way.
Right.
Too.
So when I saw that it was on the front end, I was excited, because it was like, JFK, the Tomb of the Unknowns is just one of those things to experience, that it's when you see it on TV or when you read about it, and the amount of solemnness and respect that it's afforded in words and visuals is different when you see the precision and the humbleness and the respect for the thing of sort, especially if you get to see the changing of the guards. It's an amazing experience, and if you're exhausted, some of it will be lost on you.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So here's what, fucking son, you're gonna sleep.
Take these pills, boy.
Yeah, take these pills and sleep.
Take these Tylenol
like
PMs.
What? Knock them out.
Yeah.
Something. Most of the landmarks we're gonna hit that are all the same in DC. There's like a couple photo ops. The Lincoln, Washington, Martin Luther King. We're gonna do the same. There's a boat called the Beast that you ride in New York that does like a quick up and back loop around the Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty that is powered by 2 Chinook turbines.
Oh, wow.
Thing is fucking fast as shit.
Yeah.
And then in there you get
spray.
They get you with the spray. So we're packing the quick dry pants, the quick dry shirts, because I was wearing that the first time, but some of the kids on our trip the first time were not, so they were completely soaked.
Right.
And then if you were like sitting in a place where you got blocked or didn't get wet, they came by with the super soaker things and were like, "Oh, have fun! How about some of this lead-laced water from the New York Bay?" But I'm like, yeah, fucking, I was quick dry. I was dry by the time we hit the docks. I'm like, Xander's got to have these pants and good shoes. Fuck, we got to go get shoes.
Yeah. Clock's a ticking. It's not like you don't have anything going on.
Right. In Boston, we're going to do Boston's net new for me. We're going to see a Blue Man Group concert. And some sort of Salem witch trial thing that Piper was kind of sad that she wasn't gonna. We didn't get to see on our trip.
Blue Man Group's fun.
I love the Blue Man Group, dude. Fuck it. And the Blue Man Group, the concert is one of the only things that is listed on the itinerary where you will wear a mask. For the concert. If you don't wear a mask, you don't get in. I'm like, fuck yeah, all right. Good thing I'm bringing masks because I ain't fucking around either. I'm like, fucking props to you guys.
Yeah.
Because I'm all for it.
They want to perform.
Yeah, I don't care. Some of you little shits can stand outside if you're not going to bring a mask because I don't care. Me and my son, we're watching Blue Man Group play the PVC pipes.
You mean when you found out that there was going to be mask mandates, you didn't cancel your trip?
Right.
And then try and get back in when they lowered all of the mask mandates?
Britannica.
What the hell?
I know, right?
Let's take away one of your child's coveted memory makers because of a mask mandate.
I wish we had a screen. And that was so awkward. So there's a parent who then comes in the all hands meeting thing, and she's basically complaining that when there were mask mandates on the planes, she canceled her son's invite because she wasn't playing that. And then when the transportation or whatever, when they whatever the law was, or someone that backed it out, whatever the case was, that got it backed out. So then all the airlines lifted the mandate to have to wear a mask. She then tried to renew her son's reservation and then got put on a waiting list. So in this meeting, she's basically asking, so when does my son find out that he gets to go on this trip, or he stays on the waiting list? And she's completely butthurt for the reasons that she's not even being self-aware of, that, well, the reason your son's no longer going is because you canceled it.
Right.
Right. And the proctor lady essentially said, the trip's full. But,
if someone drops out,
right,
you might.
Maybe, but as of right now, the trip is full. What's interesting in this trip, too, is that there are 16-something adults. Whereas with Piper, I think it was 5 or under. It was like just school chaperones, actual school-associated chaperones, and a couple parents who had kids with special needs, and then me, because I was like, fuck it, I'm going, and my daughter didn't seem to mind. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'll pay. So I think relative to being a special snowflake, we weren't one, and I was the parent that was just like, well, fucking, if it's an excuse to go to D.C., and I would go.
Yeah.
This time, it's clear that there are a bunch of parents who were like, I've been cooped up for 2 years. I can go to D.C. on a cheap ticket and get all this shit for free.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's 16 of us. So
none of us are dropping out.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I already got mine. And Venus was saying that next year they will not be doing adults who are not chaperones allowed to go. So
lucky.
I got mine, bitches. Hey.
Wow, you just squeaked in for
Right.
both trips.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, relative to the lady, I'm curious to find out if her son
Made it or not.
made it. I don't know how to ask without having to.
Without starting World War III.
Right. Because Venus and I are sitting watching the Zoom, and I like turn off the camera, and I'm looking at Venus like, was this bitch for real? Checking the mute. Like, am I muted? Like, what the fuck?
I need to make sure I'm muted and my video's off.
I mean, anyone who's watching the tiles of that Zoom thing, as this lady's like going off, not being self-aware that she's the douchebag in this scenario.
Right.
And you see like my camera as my eyes startly start to look over to my wife, and then the camera goes off. Like, you can... So I hope someone made that read like, oh, they get it. Those parents get it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How many of them had to bite their lip and be like, you're the problem here?
You're the reason he might not get to go.
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah.
That's a fucking mask.
Brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah. Man, it is busy times right now. You guys are busy. We've been busy. Holy shit.
Right. We had a whole show last week.
Yeah.
When we had copious amounts of topics to cover in it.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter turned 18.
Yeah.
She's no longer a minor.
You can just kick her out now.
You know,
Out.
I'm wondering when the rent and other shit starts kicking in.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
You're also, do you just start paying me or do I have to come beat it out of you?
Right. She got her voter registration. So
cool.
I'm super proud of that. We've got, like we've mentioned a couple weeks now, we've got voter primary stuff coming up here, which I've already done and filled out because I will be.
She won't be eligible for that though, right? For
she got a ballot.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
So you can pre-register and then it's active at your birthday?
Well, I think because the primary is after she's turned 18, she's good to go.
I didn't know if you could register before you were 18.
I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe it's,
I was just curious.
Well,
I don't know
maybe
how
the
it
guy
works.
who's running elections is fucking on top of it. That's
mean,
why I
apparently.
voted for that guy again.
Yeah, no.
Because way to go, he's got his shit together.
Right. Yeah, 18.
So she's 18.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different in this case from what I remember me being 18, because my 18th birthday, I'm in December, so it wasn't coupled with all these other things that are at the tail end of like a momentous year. So she's graduating and 18, and all these other school events. She had like final dance shows, final band concert stuff, and like all of these things kind of ran together.
Now, it's funny you're talking about her birthday and graduation being so close. I actually graduated on my birthday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, so it was
So
like
it's
a party
crazy
and a party?
to think. I mean, it was kind of not a big deal.
I don't think mine was either.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of my senior year was a lot of autonomy. My dad was working his ass off, a single dad at that point.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was forgotten, but it was kind of like, I think things are different from our generation. I think that was probably a little bit different. I was already doing so many autonomous things as a young adult going into 18 that it was probably less of a gravitas moment than hers. But then I don't know. I haven't really, like, how do you feel like right now? Like, do you get the...
Yeah, it seems like there's a bunch of stuff all happening right at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
We were just talking... we were talking about some academic stuff, Xanders and grades and schooling stuff. And obviously Piper is going out over to Sierra starting fall semester. But the conversation we were having, that I was having with Venus, was talking about Xander's progression towards high school academic studying and the skill sets needed and how it's going to elevate over his middle school stuff,
Right.
and how we were going to convey the stuff that we've learned from Piper and him, and managing computer time and extracurricular computer time and keeping on top of stuff. And then I said, well, Piper's the same way, making sure that you're focused and the doors are open when if you're not on a call or doing something, your doors should be open. And then it hit me, well, yeah, but technically she's an adult. So there was a little bit of like oh, well, how much of the, because you're the minor, has to be alleviated to help prevent a snapback of I'm an adult, so fuck off kind of thing.
I mean, you're always a parent.
Right.
You're always a parent. And, my daughter is 21 and literally just graduated from college. She still needs help with stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. It's always there. And it depends on, I think it depends on how interested they are in some things.
So
you know what I mean?
Here's a question I have. So at what point past 18, because both of your kids have ebbed and flowed from the house, how have you approached, if you're living here, I'd like some sort of updates on your comings and goings, particularly in the 18, 19, 21, I think we're a little bit past.
Yeah.
But in the end, I guess here's where I'm going. It's your house.
Mm-hmm.
So as they progressed into actually being an adult, where did you start to set, it's not 100% free, come and go as you please, curfew, stuff like that?
For us, it was, when they were under 18, it's like you need permission for certain things.
Okay,
and,
right, yeah.
And for us, typically, if they're getting an invite for something or if they want to go do something, we want them to like participate.
Right.
So it's like, sure, we're like really lenient in that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Be home at a decent hour. It's like, it's fine. Our kids never really, Chandler a little bit, but never really went nuts
abused it. Okay.
And now that they're beyond 18, and I mean, Chandler's turning 25 on Friday. Chandler, he'll just walk out and be like, see ya. I don't know where
right.
And I'll be like, where's he going? And she's like, I don't know. And it doesn't matter where he's going.
Right.
Part of you always just wants to know. Our big problem is meal planning, right?
Right.
Millie's been gone at school, but Chandler is funny in the sense that like there's times where we'll plan a dinner. Oh, we're gonna make this for dinner, and we'll go to the store and pick up all the stuff. And he's got a girlfriend, so it's like we don't know if we are just planning for him,
right,
or if she's gonna be there too. So it's like now we have to make sure we have food for 4 people, right?
Right.
So we buy the stuff, and then come to find out, oh no, I'm not having dinner at home. Sorry, I didn't tell you. And you're in the middle of prepping, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the frustrating things for us.
Yeah.
The like comings and goings, like you live here, you're old enough.
Right.
You're an adult. Go do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
That's how we approach that.
Yeah.
Melanie is, now that she's graduated and home, and even prior to her going back to school for this last semester when she was pandemic living at home, she could leave the house and not say anything. It's like, it doesn't matter, but she'll always let us, I'm going to blah, blah, or I'm having lunch with so-and-so, or she'll just be upfront about it. She doesn't have anything to hide. She doesn't care.
Right.
Chandler's just like, later,
Right. Doing my thing.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter really.
Right.
I don't get upset about it. The only time I get upset about it is when I go and spend money expecting him. Unless you tell us you're not going to be here, then we're expecting you to have dinner.
Well, okay.
We're expecting you to eat here because you normally do.
Right.
And then the one day Like you start cooking all the stuff, and then, oh no, I'm going out, and you're like, what the fuck? Dinner's literally on the stove or in the oven or whatever.
Yeah.
That sometimes that gets frustrating because you're like, all you had to do is say, I'm not going to be home. That's it. I won't be home for dinner. I don't give a shit where you're going to be. I don't care who you're eating with. You could be eating fucking turds out of a pig's butt. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But just say, I'm not going to be home for dinner.
Right.
And we don't get that a lot, and that's what I get frustrated with.
We had a very loose version of that. As we get further into the conversation, it was just the other. The further we've gotten closer to, not necessarily to be 18, but as her senior year, Piper's senior year started to wind down, like, half days and, most of the academic stuff is locked in. So days aren't really baked into homework and stuff like that.
Responsibilities are fewer.
Right. So she started to fill time, with her friends in the evenings, going into the late evenings, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday's a holiday kind of thing. Oh, okay. A lot of her friends are starting to kind of slowly start going their separate ways, so they're trying to lock in the last couple, like, last hurrahs with the group. And
we need to hang out before.
Right.
Everyone, you're leaving.
They're doing a couple of these things, and I think it was Friday of last week. The new Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus. The first 2 episodes dropped on Wednesday. I didn't watch them on Wednesday. Didn't watch them on Thursday. I got till Friday. We got till the late evening after dinner, and I go to put it on, and Piper did something after school, and then she was going out for something else with a couple of friends, and I put on Obi-Wan with Xander, myself, and Venus. And Venus gave me the, yeah, but Piper. And I went,
a man's got to live.
I'm going to watch the show. Like,
yeah, I want, yeah.
Right.
I can't wait forever.
Right. The whole house doesn't stop because she chose to go do other things. Yeah. And that's fine. Yeah. But I want to watch the show. And the longer I go without watching the show, the more chances I'm going to get spoiled with the thing. It's just a TV show. I'm a Star Wars freak. I'll watch it again 50 times. I don't really care. So we started it, and I think we got towards like the fucking last 10 minutes of the second episode, and then she walks in the door and then says,
"You're watching it without
You're watching it?" Yeah, pretty much. And I went, "Sweetheart, the house doesn't stop because, you chose to go get milkshakes with the friends, and that's fine, but the house doesn't stop." And she's like, "I didn't know it was an option." I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you my evening plans to disrupt your evening plans. You went somewhere. You had fun with who you were with.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Yeah.
If I were to then tell you I'm doing this, well, does that derail you and your experience with your friends? It might. This is a TV show. It'll be here. Fucking YouTube is forever.
It's funny that you're bringing this up because I can't even keep track of them anymore. We have shows that Shannon and I watch. We have shows that we watch with Melly, and I don't even know what they are anymore because we'll be like, well, what do we want to watch? Oh, let's watch this. No, well, we have to wait for Melly to come back for the summer for that.
Oh, for those.
Oh, okay. How about blah, blah? No, that's also a Melly. Oh,
shit.
Okay.
We got to wait.
Because she doesn't watch that stuff when she's gone at school.
Yeah.
So it's like she'll catch up on it when she's here, and then we'll all watch it together,
Yeah.
So, I totally feel that stuff.
Right. And, she was having a whole bunch of, the whole last month and couple weeks is she's just like a tinderbox of emotions and new experiences and shit. So,
and it's the final time of my
right. So I think she was overly emotional with that specific event, and we ended up watching it, and it was really good to watch anyway. Yeah. Now, they're relative to things that I only watch. I think I'm the only one in the house that watches Stranger Things only because she does. We watch that. I haven't even touched that,
Yeah,
and that's fine.
Yeah.
But when we start talking about Star Wars, I gotta have me my Star Wars.
Now, it's funny that you're talking about Star Wars because when we were in Orange County, we went to downtown Disney to go to the Tiki Lounge at the Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, okay.
They have the Tiki Lounge, which is out by the pools, and they have all the like expensive fucking drinks. That you can get. And then part of that was walking around downtown Disney.
Right, because they
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
going.
And so we're like walking up and down after we go to the Tiki Lounge, and I'm fucking drunk, and I'm walking up and down downtown Disney, and I'm like, is it just me, or are there a lot of people here dressed like fucking Star Wars people? Like
Nice.
like lightsabers all over the fucking place, like full on Jedi costumes.
Nice.
Like, someone was even dressed as like one of the like flight workers that works on the X-wing fighters and
nice.
shit. You know, with the like orange helmets and shit.
Yeah.
Just like to the nines, like all over the damn place. Wookiees. I'm just like, what is going on? There were a couple that were dressed like what are the Ewoks?
Yeah.
And it was like, what is it? Just what is happening tonight? Well, it turns out there was the park closed at 8 that night.
Oh.
I don't remember what night this was. I think it was Friday night. Park closed at 8, and they were having a big Star Wars event.
Oh.
So all the nerds were going to Star Wars.
Yeah, because there was a Star Wars convention. I think maybe that was like a pre-event. There was like a Star Wars thing the bulk of the week, this week.
Well,
it may have started.
I don't know if you've ever seen at Disneyland, they do like the Halloween stuff.
Yes, I think
This is a similar thing to that, where they close the park, everyone has to leave, and then they only allow like the Halloween. But this was a Disneyland or the Star Wars thing. I didn't even know they were doing that. And I was like, fuck, Jason would have loved this, man.
I would have loved this.
And we were tripping because the kids wanted to find out how much tickets were for Saturday, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we're hanging around the ticket area, and the line to get into Disneyland was from the booths where you go through the line all the way to California Adventure. All the way across that breezeway. I could not believe how many people were waiting to get into. And in fact, you could hear people walk up and go, holy crap, look at the size of that line. And it was just like there were thousands of people.
Well,
thousands.
Most of them were Star Wars'd out.
Oh, yeah. Most of them.
God damn it.
It was crazy.
How have I... Because I knew there was a convention, like a whole Star Wars thing going... Like,
was that down there too?
It was down there.
Oh, maybe.
But I thought it was like more like a VidCon, like at a building. But this may be like a precursor to that actual con.
Maybe
where Disney did a whole bunch of release of like stuff that's coming.
I don't know.
Anyway, oh fuck. God damn it.
I don't know. But we were tripping out because it was like, first of all, we're walking from the other end of downtown Disney going, there are so many people wearing Star Wars T-shirts and Star Wars costumes and.
What was Venus mentioned it, and I don't think it was it was Amazon Rainforest Cafe or something. I think they turned that into a Star Wars thing.
Did.
Have you been into that?
Yeah, we were in there.
Okay.
It's you know what it looks like is it looks like it's still sort of the Rainforest Cafe, but slightly changed a little bit on the outside. And then the inside is roughly the same. It has that like netting and shit still in there.
Yeah.
But it's a full-on Star Wars shop.
God damn it.
And it's similar to what you would get at in Disneyland
Star Wars
in the Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, the shopping in there.
God damn it.
Not as cool as what's happening in Galaxy's Edge, but
more loot.
Yeah, more loot concentrated in one shop.
Or is it just a shop?
Just a shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But tons of cool stuff in there.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny because we're there, and the whole time I'm in there, I'm like thinking of you because, no, literally, I'm thinking, oh, Jason would fucking love, and I don't want to like be snapping pictures and sending you shit and being like, and having you be like, oh man, I just felt, I wanted to, but at the same time, I didn't want to.
We just had so Piper's band fundraising thing because the last couple of years with COVID. I think she had her freshman and sophomore year, she had 2 trips to Disneyland. But obviously, junior, senior, no Disneyland.
Right.
But the fundraising continued through there. So she had signed a thing that basically transfers her fundraising loot over to Xander, since Xander is going into band as a freshman. So we were talking about, like, does your child accept this for towards Disneyland funds, but something. And I can't remember the question, but it was something like it was either Venus or something talking about, like, have you always been interested in Disneyland, or does Disneyland interest you, or something like that. I'm like, fuck, I wasn't really interested in Disneyland until about 6 years ago. I'll be perfectly fucking honest. But then it was like, you got Star Wars, and now we got Avengers Campus.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I haven't been since the last time we went, I think, for Piper, so sophomore year.
Yeah.
So I'm 2.5, 3 years out myself.
Yeah.
And fucking Rise of the Resistance have not got a chance.
Dude.
The Avengers Campus, I'm fucking jonesing to get into there.
Yeah.
And so they're signing this thing like, fuck yeah, you're doing band.
You are going.
You need to do band.
You need someone else to go with you.
Yeah, at least for 1 year, because Daddy needs to make it to fucking Disneyland. You play the toot toots and the beep beeps. I don't give her a toot toot toot. I don't, whatever.
Yeah, play the sweater bongos for all I care.
Yeah. Do it. The skin flutes or whatever.
Well, I mean,
Daddy needs to see the droids and Kylo Ren. Okay,
get to work, son.
Yeah. And Xander, we talked about the Piper. Xander's, he's got his tail end too.
Yeah.
So we got his. He did Friday before Memorial. So last Friday, his band there at Silverado played what would be our last, I got no more kids, so it's our last trip to Raleigh Field, where they played the Star Spangled Banner. So, we were standing in line doing it was like the last, and I went, I was telling Venus, I'm like, you realize,
probably never come back down.
Probably never come back here. Like, and, he's done that twice now. And the first time I took him, and, I'm like, do you want to stay? Because you have to buy a ticket. You have to buy a seat.
Yeah.
As both kid and the parent. And it was, when I took him, like, you want to stay and want to watch baseball? We'll have peanuts and he, not really. And so we left.
Yeah.
And, but, baseball, I don't follow baseball. And I certainly don't follow minor league stuff. I'll always default to rooting for home team if they get close to something. So I'm all for the River Cats, but I couldn't tell you a player or a coach.
Right.
It's a gorgeous field, but I don't frequent baseball. And so it was like one of those things where I'm like, this is probably our last time here.
Mm-hmm. We had that same.
We won't be coming back.
We had that same thought process when we were down there last week.
Yeah.
Because one of the main reasons why we had any reason to go down there was because Melanie was going to school in Fullerton.
Right.
So I remember we went down and did a baseball game at Angel Stadium.
Right. Yeah.
We always make a trip to the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, those are things that we love, and I grew up in that area, so.
Right.
It's a nostalgia thing for me. I love the area.
Yeah.
It's crowded as shit, but there's something about it for me. It's a emotional draw, I think.
Mm.
And so we were down there going, oh, damn, like we won't have a reason to come down here.
Yeah.
We just won't. I mean, Disneyland is always a draw if we ever decide to go down. But beyond that,
and some of those were excuses to go to Disneyland because you had a draw. Right. So it was like, oh.
Yeah, like the time when she wrecked her car when we were moving her down there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? we did Disneyland. That was part of that trip was Disneyland too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like stuff's a changing.
She got so Xander had his last middle school concert, and they held it inside because it was so fucking hot. So we got like best case scenario of a last concert. Amazing music again. His class, the middle school band had a very talented young man on trumpet who, I don't remember any, like, as far as like state competitions go, top 5, top 10 kind of thing. Had a couple amazing solos. It was just a really great experience. Piper herself had a couple, her last concerts for band, 2 nights. I got to see one entirely. Nick got an award for his trumpet playing and leadership in band. And then the second night, I saw most of the show, but Xander double dipped. So here's another parent thing. It's like sometimes you're double booked. So I had to come get Xander for a thing. And while I was away, the band director handed Piper an award it was essentially for leadership. So she got an award, and her name goes on a plaque that's essentially like a thing that stays in the band room. So she will be effectively forever memorialized in the band room.
Really cool.
So Emily got one for essentially being able to play every fucking instrument known to mankind, like a fucking wonder kind of music.
Yeah.
So she got something. Piper got something. Nick got something. Man, like you had the same thing. I saw your stuff over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's like the happy dad cup overfloweth.
Yeah.
I hope hope the kids know that it's nothing but pride and appreciation for their talents that they have. But you can see that, there were some lasts.
Oh yeah.
For some of the kids.
Yeah.
For Xander, done. That concert, Rayleigh Field, done.
Yeah.
How much Piper will play music going forward, I don't know. I may have to get that tapped in from Emily and whatever she's choosing a musical career. And Xander will go into band in high school, so he'll get something. So I'll still get my concerts, and I'll still get my feel of kids playing gorgeous pieces. Some of this stuff this year at Piper's last concert with, they did some amazing stuff with percussion, like almost, not jazz, think Hans Zimmer or John Williams, like full epic score theatrical stuff with like a lot of percussion and all of the instruments. So it was like movie epic sound stuff. Blew me away. Talented program there. I mean, all the kids, nothing but appreciation for what they do and the effort they put through. Some of these kids through 2 years of COVID that probably got even stunted, but still came out and put gorgeous music into people's ears those last 2 concerts.
Yeah. Yeah, it changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had, of course, I mentioned it earlier, Melanie graduating from Fullerton, and we went down for that specifically, and then also to move her home.
Did you go to Disneyland?
No, we just went to downtown
Just
Disney.
downtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't have any tickets available. And I was like, really? I mean, not really like the tickets are sold out, but really like, do you really want to go to the park on a Saturday?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want to do that anyway. But one of the things that fascinated me, so this is a college graduation, was how many students. I think we were talking about this in Discord. The CSU Fullerton has 41,000 students that attend there.
That's crazy.
It is a ginormous school. as far as how many students attend. The communications department that Melanie graduated within had over 900 kids graduating. Well, I say kids, not all of them are kids, but most of them are. Over 900 kids graduating. And what impressed me the most was to see when they talk about the honors.
Oh, okay.
And they say, if you're summa cum laude, stand up. And just like, it's first of all, it's 900 plus kids, and just a few stand up. And then if you're magna cum laude, stand up, and just a few of those stand up, which is one of my daughter.
Mellies, right.
Yeah, in a sea of kids and just a handful stand. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that.
So she was in rare air.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good for her.
Yeah, I mean, probably in the top 5% of the class, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Good for her.
And just the magnitude of it all, just how many people there were, and very impressive. It was something to watch for sure.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, let's go get drinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's get shit-faced.
Yeah. I mean, we went to a couple places and got beverages, and we ended up at the beach, and did stuff like that. Just whatever. What do you want to do? You just graduated. Like, let's go do stuff.
So what was her demeanor? Like, is she excited, or like, oh, okay, so here's the weight of the moment and now I'm going to hear? Is she like revved up and ready, or is she? I
think she just sort of takes it in stride.
Okay.
She was obviously happy and excited that she's graduated. I mean, none of it's lost on her.
Right.
But also knowing that she has to move home, and then in what?
Okay, next step.
2 months.
Yeah.
She's going to be off to grad school. And that is crazy to think, because not only did we just have to move her from Orange County back home, but now we're moving her from home to Oregon.
Are there any theme parks in Oregon?
No. And the program that she's going to is an accelerated program, which means they're done in 3 years. And accelerated to the point to where a class is a 2-week stint. So you do one class, so a semester's worth in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that's how they do it. And then after 2 weeks, you pass that and get to the next thing, and you just keep doing that.
Yeah.
So it'll be and then there's very little breaks. They get very little time. I think they get maybe about 3 weeks or something at Christmas time, and I think they even go through summer. 3 or 4 weeks at Christmas for a winter break. But yeah, it's crazy. She's going to be up there a lot. So that means we'll be going to visit, because I don't think she'll have a lot of time to come home most of the time. But fascinating. I mean, it's just the whole chapter, right? And the other part of it is for us, my son, who is, like I said, turns 25 soon. He's moving out in the middle of July.
Yeah.
So he's going to move out.
He did the adult thing. He bought a couch, we saw.
Yeah, he did. But he's going to be moving out, and then we're moving her to Oregon, and this be like just the two of us again for who knows how long.
Is your wife starting like the honey-do list? Like, here are the projects now that these things are cleared out.
I mean, I already know what the projects are.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I have lots of projects happening, most of them car related, for my daughter, to make sure her car is reliable for Oregon. I mean, that's 600-mile drive, so it's like if something happens, it's either she just has to take it to a shop and we got to deal with whatever that cost is.
Right.
But I'm trying not to do that. There's a boatload of things that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just like, I feel like we're churning towards something, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, it's almost stressful, but not really. And like, I get anxious when I think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So we were talking about this earlier. If you're not saving up for your child's senior year, here's your tip. You should start doing that.
Yeah.
Because senior year
When they're 2
is hemorrhaging money.
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking about this as we were talking about the Xander's transition to high school. The real game as a parent is you'd be lost if you only had one child, because you almost need at least 2, so you can be like, okay. So we take these.
I see what happens here.
Yes,
I've been through this.
Okay. So with you,
Yeah.
you get the iterations. We're gonna fucking tweak some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're almost missing out on some of the fun to be able to fix your fuck ups. It's like, oh, okay. I wasn't really planning money that senior year here. Okay, for you, we're gonna be talking about scholarships earlier.
Oh yeah.
And what are you looking at doing? Because if it's another medical school, then fucking daddy's getting a 3rd job.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of those things like, oh, okay, well, yard projects or house projects or personal projects. As you get towards some of these major transitions in your kids, it's like, some of these things have to be shuffled around.
Mm-hmm. It's prioritizing.
Yeah. Okay. So you go here and you go here, and I have to take from over here because it's new to me and I wasn't really aware of that. All right, we shuffle. But you need the second kid in order to make it all right.
Yeah. This is where I fell short last time. Not this time.
Okay. So you need to get up earlier because and more homework time.
I mean, the way I kind of see it is our kids were so different. Like Chandler was like kind of doing his own thing all the time, despite what anybody said for the most part. Where Melanie was like, I feel like she always just sort of had this like goal or this path imagined out in her mind of what was going to happen for her. I'm not saying that she knows what the fuck is going on, because there are times she loses her shit.
Right. Yeah.
But it's almost like she takes it in such stride that, like, to some extent, that it's almost like she knows what's going to happen. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I can't explain it. With Chandler, it's like, what the fuck is going to happen? What shoe's dropping today?
Right.
Who knows? I don't know. Who are we going to get? Melanie, there's a tiny bit of that, but most of it's like, there's just sort of this like golden pathway.
So almost the way that she approaches problems or audibles, she has a way to accept them or make it work, so it looks like she's on a
even though
knows where she's going.
Yeah, even though she's probably
Right.
freaking the fuck out because she doesn't know what she's doing.
Right.
She just sort of makes it happen somehow. One of the things that we're impressed, and we haven't talked about this. My daughter has become somewhat of an influencer. Okay. And this is the stuff that amazes me. So, like, here we are in the final throes of her senior year of college, and she's in the middle of finals and all this stuff, and she has a TikTok account.
Yeah, if you're our age, what is an influencer?
So she's got this TikTok account, Mary Mel or Squishmallow Mel, and she makes videos on TikTok about squishmallows. And we've talked
the little stuffed animal creatures. Yes.
She collects them. She loves them. She has hundreds of them, literally. That was a lot of what we moved home. Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, I saw the vacuum bags.
Yeah.
There's a shitload of them.
She gets crap loads of likes and views on her TikTok account. It's impressive. She makes a small amount of money from TikTok on her videos. She gets approached by companies to do, hey, if we send you our plushies. Will you do a video about them? Sure, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets to keep the thing, and then she just makes a TikTok video. So it just helps her content.
Mm-hmm.
So then all of a sudden she gets this invitation from this production company to do a video game show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Portal 1, where she actually had to go into LA, and it was all shot on this big green screen, and it's VR, and she is like a guest on the show as her TikTok self with the Squishmallows,
Mm-hmm.
and then she plays video games, and the actual app that they provide is really cool, where you get to compete with the guest of the show, so you could compete against her.
Okay.
And you can win money. You can actually win money. So this is happening. And then her show, the day before graduation, we were at the college campus doing graduation photos.
Mm-hmm.
We had to stop and take a break at 6:00 because her show came on Portal 1 and we had to watch it there.
Oh.
And then while we're watching it on campus, she won $100 from the show, which she already got paid for. So this is happening. And then also she got contacted by Nickelodeon to be a part of VidCon in June they're doing a Squishmallow cross-promotional thing.
Uh-huh.
And they are paying her to be a part of this and to do some like day of shooting, and then she's like free for the rest of the time to do whatever she wants at VidCon,
Mm-hmm.
which is just fascinating. She's got that. Then there's other stuff. There's some company that wants her to like sell Squishmallows on their site. I mean,
Oh, wow.
there's a few things, like I can't even remember what they all are, but she's getting all these offers from people.
You know what I smell? I smell your retirement.
It's all for her. I mean, she's going to need that money, right?
Yeah.
But she just has this personality that I think draws people in. She's a very positive kind of person.
Yeah.
And I think these companies sort of like latch onto that and gravitate towards it because of how her perceived, self.
Yes, she has a very bubbly and cheerful demeanor.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah. Check her out if you get a chance. But man, it's
unless she's hammered on hurricanes.
That's right. But it's fascinating because she just takes it in stride. In fact, she got her contract for the VidCon thing today from Nickelodeon. It's like a 20-page thing.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're like scrutinizing what does this mean, and
Right.
asking questions like, what does this mean?
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But it's really interesting stuff. Like we've never had to deal with this stuff before.
Yeah. You will not be allowed to service any Squishmallows with your anus.
Well,
why is that even in here? Who does this?
I think one of the things that she's not allowed to do is she can't post about any plushies that are
Squishmallow?
specific brands. They
Oh.
like specifically call out, or competing brands or whatever
During the event?
during this like 28-day or 30-day window. Yeah.
Okay.
So that means she can post about Squishmallow stuff, but she can't post about other
Nice.
competitors.
Competing. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is all interesting. And she's like, it doesn't matter to me because that's what I do,
Yeah.
So just learning a lot. It's really interesting. But she just seems to like I said, there's this weird path that she is just trudging down. And it's like, it's not even trudging. It's just like floating her feet down the path somehow. And it just all seems to work out.
Yeah.
And good for her. That's awesome.
She has a reasonably a turbulent but yet coastable ride down the rapids, and Data's is just getting fucking single kayaked all over the way.
Yeah, it seems like they're just so different from each other.
Yeah.
In like their life's approach, and I don't know if it's they always say something about like if you put positivity out, you'll get it back.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I believe in that to a certain extent. I mean, I kind of think like Melanie sort of proves that.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not saying that Chandler's negative all the time or whatever. He's just doing his own thing. He has his own path to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie very much is bubbly. For the person that says I'm awkward and I'm this or I'm that, like, no, you're not. Like,
Right.
Awkward.
How you emanate is different
Yeah.
from the introvert that you feel you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that just is the radiant positivity that like is appealing to people. And it's interesting to watch this from sort of like the side view.
We had, I think it was 2 weeks back, we, hashtag Hey Kim and Brett. Kim was in Vegas. My sister-in-law was in Vegas for a thing, and my brother was in Tahoe for like a 40th birthday dude night kind of thing. So we were watching the twins, my nieces, and Xander was pretty much did all the heavy lifting. They love Xander. Xander's a hero. I think we've talked about this before. He did like some sort of throw together, crash bang, like semi Dungeons and Dragons, semi just storytelling thing on his floor.
Oh, wow.
For almost 2 hours. And like I was telling Brett and Kim, everyone in my house by default is a fucking comedian, and especially me. So I make a lot of people laugh. Laughter is in no short supply in the house. But the laughter of children is he made them laugh so hard and so many times that it was uplifting to hear genuine child laughter.
Right.
It was so nice. And both of them on their own have their own little nuances, even though that they're twins. And I don't spend enough time with them. I'll just be frank there, and that's on me. They're both beautiful, young ladies who are starting to find those little identities that make them. Kaori was super inquisitive about everything, like wanted to touch stuff and inspect it and look at it and ask questions about it. Kaori was kind of the same way, but just not quite as like tactile in picking it up. She would just tell you stuff. What were we doing? We were making breakfast one morning, and both of them regurgitated to me the history of an inception of discovery of sourdough bread.
Oh, wow.
Like, tiny. These are
Yeah.
super intelligent on their own. I was in the office, I think, Saturday morning after breakfast, and what was I doing? I think I was playing Destiny, and so shooting aliens in the face. And Jadzia had walked in, and what are you doing? Shooting aliens in the face. She's like, this was Friday night. I was shooting aliens in the face. It was after dinner. She comes in. She was like, I think, it was after Xander got done with his 2-hour super awesome campaign. She was looking for something to do, shooting aliens in the face. And she's like, can we watch a movie? And I'm like, absolutely, because I had Star Wars on when they were dropped off, when Brett dropped them off. I'm like, well, we can go back out and watch fucking Star Wars. I'll watch Star Wars, no problem. And they were into it, so I was like, fucking, we'll just pick up where I left off. And she asked if I had seen Encanto yet.
Oh, yeah.
Which I haven't. Some Disney movies just aren't my bag, and I don't search them out. But I heard that did well, and has a bunch of those catchy tunes as some of the other musicals in Disney's huge entourage have. No, I hadn't. And so she's like, oh, okay. And she walks out and kind of just left me. I'm shooting Anne in the face. She kind of came back in, and she's like, Uncle Jay, I'm kind of ready for popcorn and a movie. And she, I'm like, okay. She just kind of under her breath let out like a couple bars from some song, because I didn't, but it was from Encanto, and I kind of recognized it because memes and whatnot. And this young lady has a gift. And she wasn't even trying.
Mhm.
Like, she can sing.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, that young lady can sing. And it was like right. I have told everyone who in my family, Brett, Kim, my dad, and now everyone here. It was one of those things where it was unmistakable talent. Having listened to some of these kids through Xander playing band at Silverado, Piper playing band at Silverado, Piper and her musical career over at Wood Creek, and some of the other programs that go along with the band programs where they've got singers or choir. Thursday night, I literally came from a choir experience and then got this under 11-year-old girl absolutely blowing me away, and she was, to lack of a better term, she was half-assing it.
Yeah, not even trying.
Not even trying. She was, na 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 na.
Oh my god!
And I went, oh fuck! You want to watch? Let's watch that movie. We put it on. I didn't watch it because then I had to cook dinner. So, but I told Brett and Kim, I'm like, she can sing. I'm like, I don't know where this goes for you. Obviously,
straight to America's Got Talent.
The elementary school that she's going to, that I went to as a young person, they don't have any musical programs. But if she was comfortable with developing that talent, I'm like, you guys, she's gorgeous. She's got gorgeous talent. And then when I was telling the same story to my dad, he was like, oh yeah, both of them.
Oh, really?
Both of them do. He said that when he was doing some of like the shuttling of the kids pre-COVID, when they
post-fire,
pre or post-fire,
mm-hmm.
and watching them, while they were in the RV, he's like, they would start to sing something semi-independently, and then they would bring each other into key,
harmonize,
and then harmonize.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, no shit. He's like, yeah, they're really good.
Wow.
And I went, fuck. He's like, yeah, it's amazing. And I went, yeah. But I didn't hear Kaori sing. I definitely heard Jadzia. And man, I hope that they develop that with ever comfortability they are, because that is a blessing to the world. I hope someone else gets to hear it, because it is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I told both of them that. So I don't know. I mean, they're small school up there, Clear Creek.
Yeah.
So who knows?
So they're still going to school up there?
Yeah, because Brett works up there.
Oh,
so
okay.
he takes them essentially to school up there,
I
and
gotcha.
then if they need something, Dad's 10 minutes away.
Right.
So, Clear Creek's probably a better school anyway, smaller, but
right.
So, but I don't know where they'll go to. And Clear Creek's like an all through, like kindergarten to 8th, so they'll presumably be there for a while. I don't know what their plan is for high school. But Bear River has band
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and if they end up down here, well, then a number of the high schools down here have choir, band programs as well.
Yeah.
So I'll go to any concert those two girls or either one of them end up in, and continue after Xander's out, or then my kids don't play. I will be happy to listen to what those kids have to offer.
It'd be a shame not to be able to share that.
Right. It would.
Yeah.
But to each their own, some people, it's just not their bag. So I support that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on that note, we are out of time.
It is time.
All
right. Well, I was going to say, don't forget to wash your ass.
Return the cart.
Wash your hands.
Wear the mask.
Wash your face.
Get the shot.
Do the kindness.
Register to vote and vote. And we will catch you next week.
Have a good week, everybody.
Bye.